The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Southwest.
Last Saturday, Darvish returned to the mound for the first time in 14 months, and he shut down one of the National League's best offenses in the Pittsburgh Pirates. Tonight, faces an even bigger challenge as he takes on a Seattle Mariner team that has averaged 9 runs a game over the last week. From Globe Life Park, it's a matchup of two top teams in the AL West as the Rangers host the Mariners, coming up next on Fox Sports Southwest. Texas Rangers baseball is presented by AT high-speed internet. That is a cloudy, breezy night here at Globe Life Park, and after a very short but successful stop in Cleveland, the Rangers back home as they take on their closest rivals in the AL West, the Seattle Mariners. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Green, Steve Busby. Delighted you could join us on this Friday night of Ranger baseball. There'll be fireworks after the game. Rangers looking to provide some fireworks during the ball game tonight in support of Darvish, who's on the hill, Tom.
Darvish is on the hill, Buzz, and when he went on his rehab starts, with one purpose in mind: to get every out in a rehab start just like it was a big league game. When he came back, he wanted to know that he was 100% ready to go, and on Saturday against the Pirates, that's exactly what he looked like. He had his best fastball, 95 to 97 miles an hour. Good off-speed pitches to go along with it, but he really featured his fastball, went right after the hitters, and it wasn't a question of will he be ready. It was obvious he was definitely ready.
Boy, he was too, and don't let the 5-inning stint fool you. He has a lot more left in the tank, especially this time out. Being a little bit careful with him the first time out of the chute, but Darvish back to his old self, and we'll see it here tonight against the Seattle Mariners. One of the top teams in all of baseball offensively, and Nomar Mazara getting set to lead the Rangers as they take on the Mariners. The first of 3 coming up right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today for incredible deals and see why Ford is the best in Texas. By AT high-speed internet. Get a deal worth talking about. Get high-speed internet from AT&T. By Budweiser. Not backing down since 1876. This Bud's for you. And by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Now Darvish and the Rangers taking the field here at Globe Life Park. Top two teams in the AL West getting set to square off. Before we get things underway, let's sit down and check in with Emily Jones.
Well, Buzz, as you and Tom talked about at the top, Darvish making quite the statement in his first start back since Tommy John surgery. His last time out, he made quite an impression on his manager. Here's what Vanny is looking for in start number 2.
He was impressive with how he used his fastball. He actually shook to his fastball. It seemed like he wanted to use it more, felt good about it. The velo was there, but I think more impressive was the movement that he had on the fastball, able to land all of his secondary pitches. So I think that's, if he can match something close to what he did his last outing, would be okay. Kind of build on the pitch count. We're probably going to keep him still around the 85, 95 pitch mark. I'm not willing to go past that 95 pitch count just yet.
And obviously the Rangers in a position, because of the start that they've gotten off to, that they don't have to rush you, Darvish. They don't have to ask him to do too much, and they can ease him back into this big league experience, since it has been quite some time. Should be interesting to see how Darvish follows up that terrific first start, guys.
All right, Em, thanks very much. And you, Darvish, getting set to take on Nori Aoki, who is leading off now for the Seattle Mariners. Just about ready to get things going, and Darvish has the sign for the first pitch of the night. And it is a fastball that's a little bit low for ball 1. Aoki, a 247 average with a home run and 9 driven in. He is leading off for the team that has scored the second most runs in the American League. The Seattle Mariners. And the pitch line to left, Brian Rua handles that for out number 1. And Tom's going to tell you now about the Seattle lineup tonight.
Well, you just saw Nori Aoki, the leadoff hitter. Seth Smith will bat second. Robinson Cano will bat third at second base. Nelson Cruz is in right field. The hot Kyle Seager, nothing new for Ranger fans, is batting fifth. Adam Lind is hot now himself. He wasn't earlier in the year. He's the DH. Dae-Ho Lee is at first. Steve Clevenger is the catcher. And former Ranger Luis Sardinas is at shortstop.
No, that's the lineup for the Seattle Mariners tonight. Scott Service, their first-year manager and former member of the Ranger organization, handling the managerial chores. Jerry DiPoto, who's named the general manager in the offseason. Matter of fact, early in the offseason. And he brought Scott Service in to take over the helm. There's a line drive softly hit by Seth Smith. Right out to Jurickson Profar. That is out number 2. Well, the numbers for you, Darvish, in his career against Seattle. Kind of a tale of two different career types for himself. 8 starts. The first few times through, he really had trouble with the Mariners. He went 1-2, but ERA rather inflated it, well over 6. Last couple of times through, he has gone 2-1, and that ERA down closer to 2.5. So you, Darvish, settling in against the Mariners. Still haven't hit well against him, only a .221 team batting average. And Darvish with his 9th career start tonight against Seattle. Here's Robinson Cano, and well, this is part of the Seattle version of Murderer's Row. You get Cano, Cruz, and Seager right now, and they are potent. They are all swinging the bats extremely well. They are all driving the ball out of the ballpark and driving in runs. Cano leading with 48 RBI this year, hitting at .293. And here's a guy who this time last year barely had his head above water. He was hitting around .240. And he only hit 4 or 5 home runs at this time. And a little bit different start this year for Robinson Cano. And a lot of people will tell you that's the reason the Seattle Mariners have really come into their own offensively, as Cano has been the spark plug. And everybody else that Scott Service has put around him filled in with hot bats also. Kyle Seager and Nelson Cruz most notably. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Now 1-2. Like maybe the cutter from
I thought so.
Yu Darvish. You heard Jeff Bannister talking about Yu Darvish last time, and he almost said with a bit of surprise that Darvish shook off to get to the fastball. And you'll remember when Darvish was pitching well for the Rangers the first 3 years from 2012 through 2014. The one knock that people had on him, if you wanted to nitpick, was that he threw too many sliders. And a lot of folks said, well, that elbow had to blow out, and he did have some elbow problems. But they always tried to talk about, well, if he threw more fastballs, this and that. And Darvish apparently has made up his mind that, hey, that's a pretty good way to go about things. Now, whether that's a result of the elbow injury or whether it's a result of his maturing into a major league pitcher, really doesn't matter. What matters is he's doing it, and he's had some success with it. Chopping that off-speed pitch foul, and still 2 balls, 2 strikes. And we'll take a look very quickly at the Ranger defense, delivered to you tonight by Chicken Express. Rua, Desmond, and Mazzara left, center, and right. Moreland and Profar on the right side. Andrewson, Beltre on the left side of the Ranger infield. Bobby Wilson is catching for Yu Darvish this evening. Another 2-2 to Cano. Got him swinging. There's that slow breaking ball. Cano is gone so hard. The Mariners 1-2-3 and out after a half inning. Mariners nothing. Rangers coming up. In the top of the first. Now Tom's going to tell you about the Texas Rangers Southwest Airlines starting batting order.
Lineup has a little bit of a different look tonight, but not at the top of the lineup. Jurickson Profar is leading off. Ian Desmond again will bat second. Nomar Mazara, though, will move up to the 3rd slot in the lineup, followed by the cleanup hitter Adrian Beltre. Prince Fielder drops down to number 5. Ryan Rua gets the start in left field. Mitch Moreland is at first base. Elvis is the shortstop. And batting ninth is the catcher, and swinging a hot bat, Bobby Wilson.
And that lineup going up against the 23-year-old right-hander Taijuan Walker. He's the most promising of the young core of Seattle pitchers. First pitch to Profar in at the knees for strike 1. Walker, very lively fastball in the mid-90s. Also has an outstanding splitter, a power breaking ball. And he just doesn't walk people, which is unusual for a guy that is young and throws hard at the same time. His strikeout to walk ratio up among the best in baseball this year. Walker, even though the record would not tell you, chopper foul, just 2-5 with a 3.31 ERA. No support whatsoever. Mariners have given him just barely over 2 runs every 9 innings that he's gone out to the mound. The 1-2. Profar staying alive. Talking about the lack of walks for Walker. His strikeout to walk ratio at 4.55 last year. That was good for 10th in the American League. 2-2 now. This year, only 11 walks and 50 strikeouts. Better than a 4-1 again. Profar's hit safely in all 6 games in which he's played, and he taps one right back to Walker. That will be out number 1. Taijuan Walker. That's Profar to start things off. The defense behind Walker tonight sets up this way for Scott Service Club. Seth Smith in left field. Nori Aoki in center. Nelly Cruz is out and right. Daeho Lee gets the start at first with Robinson Cano at second. Luis Sardinha, the shortstop. Kyle Seager at third. Steve Clevenger, he is catching tonight. And the Mariners had a long game, 3 hours and 50 minutes last night in San Diego. Chris Iannetta, their normal catcher, caught all 9 innings and all 4 hours almost of baseball out there. And like the rest of his Mariner teammates, did a lot of running around the base paths during the course of that 16-13 ball game. Mariners trailed by 10 runs in the 5th inning last night. Came back to score 5 runs in the 6th, 9 runs in the 7th, went on to win. They scored 9 runs in the 7th inning after 2 were out. That's doing some damage.
That's stringing together some hits and finding some holes right there.
Chris Iannetta right there in the middle of your screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ian Desmond. Desmond, a .291 average as he enters the month of June with 7 home runs and 33 RBI. The 33 RBI, second on the ball club to Adrian Beltre's 35. Just outside, and the count has gone full. Well, our TXU Energy power player is Ian Desmond. Open your eyes to 17 home games. He's hit .411. Still 3-2. 17 RBI, 15 runs scored. He's hit safely in all but 1 of those 17 ball games here at Globe Life Park. Trying to get on base here against Taijuan Walker. Another 3-2 pitch. And he's going to get on base safely as he loops one into right field for a base hit. Well, Ian Desmond continuing to swing that hot bat. He had his 9-game hitting streak end on Wednesday, so he's starting a new one here tonight.
A pretty good pitch by Taijuan Walker. He's got good velocity. You look at that box tracks rectangle, he didn't throw anything near the middle of the strike zone. Everything was right on the edges, and he ran that one in the mid-90s, in on Ian's fists a little bit, but able to fight it off for a base hit. Good velocity, good movement by Walker.
There goes Desmond. The pitch is inside the throw, not nearly in time. And Ian Desmond swipes second base. For Desmond, his 11th stolen base of the year.
Yep, good jump, good speed, and no contest. That was an easy stolen base. Walker, very short leg kick. Didn't take a whole lot of time. He had no chance of getting in on that play.
No, Desmond now in scoring position for Nomar. And Mazara takes inside. 2-0 the count. Mazara, the American League Rookie of the Month again. He was the AL Rookie of the Month in April and backed that up with the same award in May. He was the first rookie since 2003 to do that. First 2 months of the season. Rocco Baldelli of the Tampa Bay Rays did that some 13 years ago. 3-0 the count as Walker has second thoughts and steps back off the pitching rubber. Well, the Rangers come into play tonight, 5th in the American League with a .260 team batting average. They are 3rd in runs scored with .250. Boston, of course, running away with the scoring title for the first third of the season. The Rangers will be 1/3 of the way through after the game tonight. This is the 54th game of the year. Exactly 1/3 of the way through. Rangers trying to get the early advantage here. And the count now full to Mazara.
Now Walker went to 3-0, and he's thrown Nomar 2 off-speed pitches since then. He was taking 3-0, swinging 3-1, but didn't get a fastball.
And ball 4, drew the walk. Good eye by Mazara to check his swing on that pitch that was low out of the strike zone.
Yeah, it was a very good job. It was an off-speed pitch, looked like a changeup. He had swung at the pitch before it, but he eyeballed that one after seeing it once without a problem. Definitely low and out of the strike zone.
So runners at first and second for Adrian Beltre. Beltre steps to the plate, getting .279. He's the team leader, as we mentioned, 35 RBI, and he's also 4th in the American League, hitting in with runners in scoring position at .393. Beltre 17 for his last 38 times to the plate in these situations. 1 ball, 1 strike, excuse me. Gary Cederstrom bringing up that right fist. Adrian brings in a 7-game hitting streak. You can see he's had some success against Taijuan Walker. He drives one deep to left field. Smith is going back. Goodbye. Adrian Beltre, a 3-run bomb, and the Rangers lead 3-0.
This is a hot Adrian Beltre, too, and generally when he gets hot, he doesn't get hot for a day or two. 11 for 28, that's a .393 average in his last 28 at-bats coming into the game. And add one to that, a big one, after a single and a walk to make it 3-0. Good job by Nomar to take the walk, and Adrian delivers.
Well, Adrian Beltre with his 10th home run of the year. Got that pitch down and right on the inside corner, and Adrian gave it a pretty good ride. Doesn't look like the ball's going to carry very well tonight, or as well as we saw maybe last homestand. Beltre had enough to get it over the out-of-town scoreboard. Now fielder a little tapper to first. Dae-Ho Lee handles that on to Taijuan Walker for the second out.
Batting 6th, left fielder, number 16, Ryan Rua.
Just barely made it, but that's all it has to do.
Yeah, you don't get points off for just barely making it.
No, you don't.
Well, Beltre now 10 home runs, 38 runs driven in. He is sneaking up the charts. Yeah, I beg your pardon, he's charging up the charts. Here's Ryan Rua, who rips a ball to left field, and Smith will have to pull up and play it for a base hit.
Well, one guy, the more he plays, the more he's establishing himself, and that's Ryan Rua. He launched a long home run in Cleveland the other day to tie a ball game late in the game. Getting a pretty nice opportunity to play against right-handed pitchers right now through a leg kick and a swing. And he's playing some nice baseball. He's playing solid defense. He's running the bases really well. And he's coming into his own, getting a chance to play off him as a hitter. Love the way he's playing right now.
Well, the Rangers 3 hits in the inning. One of them a 3-run shot by Beltre. Here's Mitch Moreland. Now, I was watching the games that you and Dave Raymond had in Cleveland, Tom, and it looked like a couple of at-bats, Mitch started to drive the ball a little bit and then fell back out of it for the next at-bat. It's just one of those deals. Huh?
Yeah, you know, he's just had some swings that looked like good swings, but it seems like he's pulled oh, I don't know, 7 or 8 balls 400 feet foul down the right field line, just a little bit out in front of him. And then he's hit 7 or 8 balls 350 feet straight up in the air to the outfielders right on the good part of the bat that he's just missed. So he's just looked like he's just a tick off.
Yeah, 213 average. He's had some success against Walker, a home run and 10 at bats. I think it was the second game up there that I was thinking about, that he drove 2 balls to left field. They were both outs.
Yeah, both outs.
I thought, okay, now he's kind of got it. That's what we want to see from him. That's what Mitch kind of clues us in, that he's on a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
And then he'd roll over the next time at bat.
Yeah, he's still trying to find it.
Not quite as consistent as he want to be.
You just don't expect a hitter like Mitch. You know, he's 4 for his last 45. That's tough to go through a stretch like that. But you know, as we've said several times, all you can do as a hitter is take advantage of the fact that your manager believes in you and he's putting your name in the lineup every day. You work as hard as you can, and Mitch certainly has always done that. It's not a matter of work ethic. It's just a matter of seeing some results, getting your confidence back, relaxing a little bit, and just letting it fly.
Check swing. The appeal down to third, and Jim Lynch says, "Out, that's a strike." No, 2-2 now.
Yep, just far enough.
Well, the count's even to Mitch. The Mariners in an overshift. We have 3 infielders on the right side of the diamond. Rua at first. And pop out into shallow right center field. It'll be Cano, the second baseman. And that'll do it. But Adrian Beltre with his 10th home run of the year smashed to left field. And we have played one at Globe Life Park in Arlington. The Rangers 3, the Mariners nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. If you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with the all-new Fox Sports Go app. Just download the app, take Fox Sports Southwest, and Rangers baseball with you wherever you go. Well, Darvish, a 3-0 lead to work with as he deals to Nelly Cruz to start off the second inning. It'll be Cruz, Seager, and Lind. Cruz had a home run last night in San Diego, his 11th of the year. 298 average. 36 driven in. Hits this one up the alley to left center field. Long run over for Desmond. A good burst of speed, and Ian able to track it down for out number 1. And let's say hello to Jim Knox.
Hey, Buzz, great to be back here at Globe Life Park. A lot of good fans on hand, like the Manning family here from Plano. Eric, I understand you're celebrating, I guess, being Teacher of the Year in Plano. What a way to celebrate here with the Rangers.
Absolutely, sir. I'm here celebrating, and what an honor it has been to be representing Plano ISD.
All right, well, good to have you guys out here. You know you're under the great Chuck Morgan right there. Look at him. Look at him, ready to go.
He's
already calling a shot. That's right. There we go, Chuck.
Let's see the swing.
Chuck.
Let's see the swing, Chuck.
Thank you so much.
Babe Morgan. 0-1 the count to Kyle Seager. Seager, the hottest of Mariner hitters for the last month, hitting almost 400 since the end of April. 397 to be exact. And of course, Ranger fans know what kind of a hitter Seager is every time he sees Globe Life Park. He turns into a monster. Career against Yu Darvish. He's had good success at 318, 7 out of 22. Also mixed in 4 doubles out of the 7 hits. Off speed, and that's in 1 and 2.
In the first 2 starts, Buzz, it's not a lot of innings, but Yu looks like he's had a really nice curveball that he's been able to throw for strikes. A nice called strike to Seager. He struck out Cano with a slower curveball.
And then 94 just off the plate inside. Pretty well spotted up.
Yeah, if that ball was moved 2 or 3 inches in to be a definite strike, I don't think Seager was going to be able to swing at that pitch.
Now Seager overall, that 295 average. On the ground, Beltre can't get it. It's up the middle and into center, and Seager continues to swing the bat against the Rangers in this ballpark.
Yeah, it's kind of a double-edged thing going for him right now. Everything he hits against the Rangers falls in, and everything he hits against everybody else right now is falling in too. He's just hot. That curveball stayed up a little bit, but all he was doing is putting it in play, and with a little bit of a shift on, he found that hole to shortstop.
Seager now with that base hit has a 7-game hitting streak that has seen him go 16 for 26.
Wow.
I think that qualifies as hot.
That'll get your average up in a hurry.
A 1 on 1 out. Here's Adam Lind, the DH tonight. Lind, a 255 average, but he has supplied some pretty good power in the middle of that order. 6 home runs, 23 driven in. Last 16 ball games, Lind has driven in 18 runs. And Darvish nail on the outside corner. Gary Cederstrom making that call, and it's 1-1.
Earlier in the season, Seager wasn't very hot. Lind was so cold he wasn't even playing every day. Lind is definitely heated up. He's a guy that at times has pounded Ranger pitching too. He had a hard time pounding that pitch though.
And not much you can do with that. Crew chief Gary Cederstrom behind the plate. Eric Cooper at first. Jim Wolf at second. Nick Lenz down the line at third. Our quartet of arbiters tonight. And Yu Darvish with the advantage in the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he's keeping it right there. That time Lind did a nice job just getting a piece of that. 96 miles an hour, a couple inches outside.
Yeah, and moving away from you too.
Yeah, I'd be feeling like I just got a grand slam if I could have fouled that pitch off.
Ask for somebody to make a recording of that and let me have that. Put it up.
Wouldn't have done much for my average, but I would have felt good about it.
Darvish a check of Seager at first. Modest lead. Chopper foul. That looked like the slider. Harder breaking ball of the 3 or 4 that Darvish throws. Lind has always hit well against the Rangers. Those numbers will tell you that. 282 is a career mark with 18 home runs and 52 driven in 53 ball games. Darvish with another 1-2 pitch. Softly hit, and Moreland will get the out at second. No return throw as Elvis wisely hangs on to it. They get the lead runner Seager, though. There are now 2 outs for Dae-Ho Lee.
First base, number 10, Dae-Ho Lee.
It's going to be tough to turn a slowly hit ball, and Mitch is cautious with his throw, and Elvis is cautious not to try to throw back to first without any chance to get Lind at first base. Get the sure out, and that's what they did.
So 2 gone. Dae-Ho Lee, he's quite a story.
Yeah, this is an interesting guy.
Yeah, coming over from, he's a Korean and played the last 3 years in Japan. Lit up the Japanese leagues, and that was after he started his career in Korea. Lit up the Korean leagues, and he's coming over here. He's averaging just a little bit over 10 at bats per home run he's hit this year. 8 home runs and 83 at bats. Leads all American League rookies with a .301 batting average. 1-0 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Lee's about to turn 34 years old, so he's not a young rookie. He's had a very, very good career in Japan. Big home run hitter over there. Rangers got a taste of that home run earlier in the season, too.
Elvis to Profar. And the fielder's choice that ends the Mariners' second. No runs ahead. And 1 man left. After 1.5 from Globe Life Park, it's the Rangers 3, the Mariners 0 on Fox Sports Southwest. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today for incredible deals and see why Ford is the best in Texas. The Rangers leading 3-0 on the strength of Adrian Beltre's 10th home run of the year. Elvis Andrus will lead off the Rangers' second. A strike from Taijuan Walker. Elvis, a .295 average, has gotten himself back on the upswing after struggling for about 3 weeks, average-wise. Elvis brings in a modest 3-game hitting streak. Had an excellent series in Cleveland. Went 6 for 13, but that's not news. If you say, how did Elvis do in Cleveland, you figure that it's going to be something pretty good. And it was.
Yeah, it was. Just like you'd expect. Yeah, we were looking at the numbers he had in Cleveland. At one time, he had the highest batting average with, I That's a rope right there. That's as hard as Elvis has hit a ball this year.
Well, Elvis has smashed to lead off for a base hit. Before Bobby Wilson steps in, let's check in with Emily Jones.
Guys, it is Friday. That means Foundation Friday, and the Rangers are looking for some worthy organization to give funds to. Those organizations who promote and need funds to continue playing baseball or softball. The Rangers Foundation taking applications for the Globe Life Texas Rangers baseball and softball grant program. So if you know an organization that could use some financial assistance, visit texasrangers.com/grants. Guys.
All right, Em, thank you. Great work by the Texas Rangers Foundation, as always.
We're talking about Elvis in Cleveland. I believe at one point in time, with batters who had more than something like 190 at-bats against Cleveland, he had the highest average of anybody.
Yeah. Just above Ty Cobb, I think, wasn't it?
It was ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, it was silly numbers. He hit safely in the first 42 games, I think it was, against him overall.
Yeah.
But his numbers in Cleveland were video game numbers. Well, Bobby Wilson, the hitter. Bobby, as a Ranger this year, hitting .339, .304 overall. 12 of his 14 RBI have come in a Ranger uniform, including both home runs, which are grand slams. 0-2 now. Wilson, who's dealing with some minor leg issues after the last homestand, missed the first 2 games in Cleveland, or did not catch, I should say, didn't necessarily miss it. Went 0 for 3 in the finale of that series on Wednesday. And he's hit safely in 5 of his last 6 ball games, and at a .455 clip. Taijuan Walker raising the ire of the Ranger fans here at Globe Life Park. Elvis lead at first as Walker checks it. Try the 0-2 pitch again.
The Rangers have forced Walker to throw 37 pitches already with nobody out here in the second inning. And you would think that coming in, I'm not sure what time they got in last night, early hours of the morning. They're a little bit tired, and their bullpen last couple games have been relatively high scoring games. Has to be a little bit tired. So that'd be a good game plan. Make Walker throw a lot of pitches.
There goes Elvis. And Clevenger couldn't get the handle, and Elvis has the swipe of second base.
Well, he picked the right one to go on. Ball was in the dirt. Clevenger didn't have a shot at it.
Well, the second Ranger steal of the night. And for Elvis, his 6th of the year in 9 attempts. Bobby Wilson hanging tough, still a ball and 2 strikes. Rangers now have 36 stolen bases for the year and 45 attempts. And that stolen base percentage has started to rise pretty dramatically. Ian Desmond has started running more. Elvis, they've been getting on base and taking off. Wilson just poking that ball back into the second deck on the right. Still 1-2. How good has Bobby Wilson been with runners in scoring position? .538 will tell you. Rangers have been not quite that good, but they have been very good. Their second best batting average in these situations in the American League. Boston leads the league with a .304 mark. Rangers second at .296. As if catchers don't have enough foul tips when they're behind the plate. Bobby smashing that off his left toe.
This is going to be the 8th pitch, I think, of this at bat. Walker got ahead 0-2. Now Bobby's going to force him to throw an 8th pitch and his 42nd of the game.
And that's a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Elvis establishing his lead out there at second base, right at the bottom of your screen. That's in the dirt. 3-2. Bobby Wilson really making it tough on Taijuan Walker. 9 pitches in, and the count is full. And Bobby bidding to get aboard. At the top of the order, Jurickson Profar will follow. Walker okays the sign. Wilson drives it to left center. Aoki with the catch and got rid of it quickly as Elvis is bluffing a move towards third base. One gone, and Profar coming out. Kind of gingerly going back to the plate. I think that left toe still barking at him after that foul tip he hit down off of it. Yep. Profar began things by tapping right back to the mound. Jurickson, as we mentioned, that has hit safely in all 6 games in which he has played at the big leagues this year. That at a .357 clip. A home run, an RBI. This is his 13th game in his career that he started as the leadoff man. And in the previous 12 starts, he's hit .316, so it's not an uncomfortable spot for Profar. Lines one right at Cano to second, and they get the double play. A bullet, and Cano turned it into 2. So for the Rangers, no runs, a hit, and nobody left. We'll move on to the 3rd inning. Rangers 3, Mariners nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Rangers and Mariners continue this 3-game series. The first 7,500 kids 13 and under will receive a Dairy Max 3/4 sleeve AL West Champs t-shirt. Get your tickets today and visit TexasRangers.com, or you can call 972-RANGERS if you would prefer. A fun night out here at the ballpark tomorrow night. Nice crowd on hand here this evening on this Friday. Seeing a Ranger 3-0 lead as Darvish goes to work in the top of the 3rd. Steve Clevenger, the catcher, takes ball 1. Clevenger, 188 average, A home run and 5 driven, and he backs up Chris Iannetta. 2 balls, no strikes. Clevenger never faced Darvish in a regular season game. And Darvish falling behind for the first time in this ballgame. 3 balls, no strikes. And ball 4 is high. A 4-pitch walk. Clevenger starts off the 3rd. Well, Luis Sardinha's coming up. Before he does, we're going to send it over to John Radigan for a Chevy game break. All right, John, thank you. Here's Sardinhas, the switch hitter. Takes strike 1. Luis Sardinhas playing in place of the injured Ketel Marte. Marte went on the disabled list on the 22nd of May. And Sardinhas called up the 25th. He started virtually every game since. A 192 average with a couple of home runs. Up the middle, by the dive of Profar into center. Clevenger stops at second. So a walk and a single. That's how the 3rd inning begins, and it takes the Mariners back to the top of the order.
Oh, it looked like the kind of ball that you'd have a simple double play. Unfortunately, it was hit right up the middle. Not a hard hit ball, little bouncer. Couldn't quite get to it.
Well, Sardinhas with the 2nd Mariner hit of the evening against Darvish.
You get through the first 7 guys, all of them are, almost every one of them is hot, driving in runs, hitting home runs. You get to the 188 hitting catcher, the 192 hitting shortstop, and it's 2 men on and nobody out. Funny how that works sometimes.
Yeah, baseball will make you scratch your head. Rangers looking for the possible bunt, but Aoki showing no signs of that. Takes strike 1. Adrian Beltre and Mitch Moreland at the corners for the Rangers, playing up. Beltre about 4 or 5 steps in front of the bag at 3rd. Aoki line to left, his first time to the plate. Up the middle. Elvis, a tricky hop. He gets the out at second. What a great reaction play by Elvis to even come up with that ball. That thing took a kangaroo hop and almost got by Andrus into center.
It sure did. It looked like it was going to be a double play, an easy ground ball. Elvis catches it, steps on second, throws to first. Then it takes this hop. Looked like it was going to go into center field. And Elvis just snared it in the top of his glove. Watch where it hits in his glove. Right at the tip of his glove. And then he just barely gets to second base in time to get Sardinhas. So tricky play. Rangers very, very happy to get 1 out on it.
Well, now runners at the corners with 1 out. And Seth Smith, who kind of a soft line drive to Jurickson Profar in the 1st, will step in. Smith a 269 average as Darvish works to him. 1 ball and no strikes. Smith now 5 out of 14 in his career against Darvish. Has 3 doubles in those 5 hits. He is another Mariner who's been hot of late. That's outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Smith 10 for his last 23 times to the plate. That's a .435 average. Covers the last 8 games that has seen him drive in 7 runs. Bobby Wilson down in front of home plate, giving the defensive signs to the Ranger infield. Darvish checking the runners. Fly ball to fairly deep left field. Tagging at third, Clevenger. The catch by Rua. The throw comes into second. Clevenger down the line to score, and Seth Smith gets the Mariners on the board with a sacrifice fly. It's now a 3-1 Ranger lead.
That leadoff walk came around to score. But after men on first and second, tough out right here, but if you get Cano, 1 run after that start, not all that bad.
Yu Darvish now really has to make sure that he bears down. Not that he wouldn't anyway, but just because you get 2 outs doesn't mean too much to this Mariner team the way they're swinging the bats lately. We mentioned last night they scored 9 runs in the 7th inning after 2 were out. Check swing by Cano. He went around at strike 1. But not only did Seattle come back from being 10 runs down, they came back with 2 outs for 9 runs in 1 inning.
That side view exposes the hitter almost every time. You watch him in real time and it doesn't look like a swing, and then you watch it in slow motion from the side and you go, oh yeah, he did, he went too far.
Cano down swinging his first time up there. Off the plate inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cano the only strikeout that Yu Darvish has rung up tonight.
Yeah, Cano doesn't strike out very much. He struck out 30 times. He's been up 215 times. Without getting into plate appearances per at bat, it's about one strikeout for every 7 at bats. That's a very low rate, especially for a guy that provides the kind of power that he provides.
Right.
He's just a good hitter.
Yeah, Cano 4th in Major League Baseball with the 16 home runs. And that pitch just off the inside corner. 2-1. Darvish forced to work a little bit in this 3rd inning. He's given up a run. As Aoki at first with 2 outs. 31 consecutive games Robinson Cano has reached base safely. It's the longest active streak in baseball. There's that good sharp slider. 2-2.
He's definitely keeping the ball in to Cano. Brings that one in. Cano offered at it. Wished he didn't.
Ranger outfield plays Cano very deep and just about straight away. Infield, you can see with Jurickson Profar playing the rover position out in shallow right. The 2-2. Tried it again. The cutter that time, and couldn't get Cano to offer. Full count. So with 2 outs now, Nori Aoki will be off and moving with the next Darvish offering. Cano batting 3rd in the order. He'll be followed by Nelson Cruz. The U chant going up. Ranger fans clapping in support, chanting U's name. 6'5" right-hander. Comes set. Payoff pitch on the way. Up the middle, but that's right where Elvis is positioned. On to first, that will do it. Oh, good job by Darvish to limit the damage. 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left after 2 1/2. The Rangers 3, the Mariners 1. 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the third, and a very special guest now joining us, Michael Milken. The Prostate Cancer Foundation is joining us, and Michael, you're making your way around every major league team this year. You're a busy man this time of year.
It is. Get to see all the teams play. It's exciting. This is my 403rd game on the Home Run Challenge. But more than anything, we've raised $45 million for prostate cancer research, created awareness, and the death rate has dropped by 50%.
Michael, I know this has been a mission of yours. Could you tell us how it started and what was the impetus behind it?
Well, it started in that I had been funding cancer research for 20 years when I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. I knew nothing about prostate cancer. I could talk to you about breast cancer, melanoma. And they gave me 12 to 18 months to live, so we had to get going fast.
Wow.
And I'm the happiest guy to be in the ballpark with the two of you tonight. That's for sure.
This is the 21st year that Prostate Cancer Foundation and Major League Baseball have teamed up, and it's been a great partnership for everybody involved.
And don't forget those two other partners, the Texas Rangers and Fox.
There you go.
That's made quite a difference. And the idea was come out to the ballpark. Look at this beautiful ballpark tonight. Now, one of the little kids when I was coming in told me that the pitcher for Texas was going to throw a no-hitter tonight.
Well, that's probably not going to happen tonight, Michael, but
it's sure good to see him back, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
It very definitely is.
But, you know, Cole Hamels done great for you, and some of the other pitchers. I'm not sure Colby has lost a game this year. I think he's 5-0.
He's 5. That's right, 5-0.
He follow the Rangers pretty well.
How can you not foul the Rangers?
I like that.
You know, this ball club, we were in Philadelphia one year in the Home Run Challenge, and the Rangers hit 5 home runs in the first 4 innings, and we raised almost $200,000 in that game, and It's hard not to like the Rangers. And, you know, in honor of us coming today, Beltre hit that home run.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
$10,000 for medical research right here in this area. So, and as I said, the death rate has fallen by 50% in absolute numbers and 80% from projected numbers. And as you know, let's see my jersey here, 1 in 7. 1 in 7 men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. And with all the research we've done, 6 new drugs and early detection, a man diagnosed with prostate cancer today, 99% plus chance of living 5 years or longer. So it's made a dramatic difference. And the time that most men get checked is July, right after Father's Day and this awareness program. And so I brought your wristbands to get you ready this year for Father's Day.
Beautiful.
Oh, perfect.
Steve, here you
Perfect. Thank you.
Michael, can I ask you a question, a technical question? When I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, I was made aware of it through a PSA test by my primary care doctor, Scott Hunter. And I've read recently that it's suggested that a PSA test is not an important thing. What's your position on that?
My position is I wouldn't be sitting in the booth with you today.
Exactly.
Because I had absolutely no symptoms. I'm 45 years old. I told the doctor I wanted to get a simple blood test. I had a close friend, Steve Ross, that had passed away from prostate cancer, who really built Time Warner. And my PSA was 28. It spread through my body, and I had not taken a blood test. I assure you I wouldn't be with you today. And so a lot of times we come up with these conclusions that don't necessarily have anything to do with reality.
Right.
And, you know, the government has often told people not to take any vitamins. You know, they don't do any good. Well, vitamin sales are up, and a lot of studies today show that they are doing some good. So not every study works out the way you think it is. And part of that report was really that a lot of people might be treated who maybe didn't need to be treated. And the exciting thing today is we've now identified 28 types of prostate cancer. And you're going to have a simple blood test that tells you what type of prostate cancer you have. And for some of them, you don't need to do anything. They don't go anywhere. And some of them that look benign become aggressive. So as we travel around to all the ballparks, we always check on what are the new things they're serving in the ballparks.
Sure.
One of the ballparks has launched the
double to right field they launched.
That's what they have.
Adrian's going to have you here every game, Michael, the way he's going. That's going to be a 2-run double for the Ranger captain.
Well, how about 5 RBIs so far in one game, huh?
Not bad.
See, we're here to show you how young he is still.
I tell you, he's playing like he's young, that's for sure.
Well, I see he's moving up in the all-time home run category. Needs a couple more to pass Billy Williams, right?
That's right. You're a great fan.
But we like the home run more because we just don't get anything for doubles right now. You know, but we've seen some great home runs. Griffey's 500th on Father's Day with his dad in the audience. And there's been some exciting times. And this year, with Major League Baseball, Fox, and the Rangers, we've launched 2 new programs. And for everybody listening, one is you can go to homerunchallenge.org, just simple homerunchallenge.org, and send in a 1 to 2 paragraph write-up of your first time you went to a ball game.
Who doesn't like? Oh yeah, who doesn't like to do that?
Well, tell us about your first game.
Well, my first game, my dad took my sister and me to Yankee Stadium for a Saturday afternoon doubleheader.
Are you allowed to mention the word Yankees on the Ranger Network? I don't know that.
I have to admit, I used to be a Yankee fan as a young boy, and actually it was a Yankee Red Sox game. And I was a Mickey Mantle fan, and my dad was a Ted Williams fan, and Ted Williams went 3 for 4 in one of the games, and Mickey Mantle went 0 for 4. But it was just a magnificent
maybe
day.
You ought to send that in. It might win.
Well,
but that's part
I think
of
that's a great idea.
But part of the effort, whether you're 80 or whether you're 5.
Sure.
It's so important in that game, and I know a lot of studies on Major League Baseball, the earlier you go to a game, the more likely you are to become a fan. So the first thing is you can send in, and the winners get to go with Major League Baseball's blessing to the All-Star Game or the World Series. And the other contest is your home run trot. You can send in your favorite home run trot. It could be Kurt Gibson in '88.
Yeah.
One of the ones that's going to be tough to beat is we had an 8-year-old kid send in his home run trot, and he's going to the bat, and he says he's going to be sliding into first, second, third, and fourth.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one to beat. Joe Carter's home run to win the World Series was a pretty good one, too.
And he hit a home run, as any 8-year-old game would be, and he did slide into first, second, third, and fourth. So, and we have that all submitted. So homerunchallenge.org, and just send them in, and if you're one of the ones picked, you get to go to World Series or the All-Star Game. Now, I noticed the number of home runs being hit in Texas has kind of decreased a little since they did a little construction I saw downstairs.
Well, some people feel that way, Michael. A number of years ago, we used to have a jet stream that they called it, blew out to right center field.
We love that jet stream. We love that jet stream.
That's big for the home run challenge. It doesn't seem to be quite as present today for whatever reason, but I know that's a big part of home run challenge.
Well, the idea was come out to the ball game, come out with your dad, your father, your brother, your coworker, and remind them to get checked. That simple blood test for prostate cancer. And the theme was keep dad in the game.
Sure.
Yep.
And it's been fantastic, and the exciting play in the game of a home run. And I can tell you we were pretty excited there in the bottom of the first.
Right off the bat.
Hit to center. Beltre being waved around. The throw is on the money and out at the plate. Safe. Oh, he's safe at the plate. Gary Cederstrom made no motion whatsoever. Looking at the play, it looked like Clevenger had the ball, and Cederstrom finally ruled that he did not, or the tag was not applied in time.
I'm wondering, Buzz, if he tagged him after his foot touched the base. Did the glove actually get in front of the base? Let's take a look.
I think you're right, Tom.
Boy, that's a tough call. It looked like his top leg disappeared and his bottom leg snuck in there. Let's take another look.
I don't think he tagged him.
I don't think he did either.
I don't think he tagged him. They're going to issue a challenge on it. Gary Cederstrom is right on top of the play.
Yeah, you can't be in better position than Gary Cederstrom. And he watched it, he thought about it, and he made his call. We'll see how it stands. I didn't see anything in the replay that would.
What about that fantastic slide by Belcher? He's given it all tonight, a double, a home run, and he scores from second.
Yeah, you were just saying he looks like he's 25 years old, and that's pretty much exactly it. 37 years old, playing at a much younger rate right now.
Well, when you have a great management here at the Rangers, you want to play that way, and he got his new contract.
He did.
So
wants to reward him for it.
And one of the things that excites me when at this park is how many young people come to the ballpark.
Absolutely.
You travel around, and I think it's partly the great ownership. It's also the opportunity here to come to a fantastic ballpark, and I think it's the excitement of the team.
And the Rangers, too, Michael, to your point, have made it very much a part of their promotion to really incorporate family themes in the ballpark out here, make it a family affair, a family atmosphere out here. And I think that's the number of young people you're talking about showing up. Get a good look at that replay. Part of the replay that they're looking back in replay command center back in New York.
If he touched him, then I think he's going to be out because his feet never touched the base. It was his hand that touched the base, but I'm not sure he touched him, Buzz.
I'm not either. The shot we had from our high first base camera showing right down the line, we're going to get the answer to our question here. And he is out at the plate, so the call is reversed on the Mariners' challenge. Beltre will be out at home plate.
It was a very accurate throw by Aoki. He kind of launched a high fly to home plate. It bounced high in the air. Adrian's feet were prevented from touching the plate by the catcher's leg. His hand touched the base, but it's ruled that Clevenger did touch him somewhere right in there.
Might have gotten him on the hand before the hand got in there.
Possibly.
Looking at that part of it. So it stays a 5-1 ball game with 2 outs and Mitch Moreland out.
You know, when I was a kid, every time I slid, I had one of those bruises on my leg. How do you slide without getting a bruise?
Yeah, that's a good question. But I think you learn at a young age because of that. You learn how to slide so it doesn't happen anymore.
I don't know. I never figured it out.
Some of the guys wear sliding pads underneath their uniform. That definitely takes away from that feeling. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, Michael, let's let folks know how they can get involved in this very quickly. So that's going to be the 3rd out. But it's homerunchallenge.org.
That is correct, and you can send in and compete and root for your favorite team. We have a lot of competition, and for our 21st year, we couldn't be in a better place here than in Texas with you guys.
Michael, thank you very much. We appreciate
you.
Appreciate seeing you, and best of luck to you. Thank you. Now we'll go on to the top of the 4th inning. 3-1 or 5-1 Rangers on Fox Sports Southwest. Mariners run with 2 of their own. Now a 5-1 Ranger lead as we head to the 4th inning. Nelson Cruz to start things off. Darvish back to the hill. It'll be Cruz, Seager, and Lind. First 3 Mariners to do the swinging. Ball 1 inside. Cruz, fly ball to center. His first time to the plate. Nelly a .297 average. And he has fared very well in his career since leaving the Rangers, playing against them. Darvish with a 2-0. Got him on the fist. Good pitch by Darvish. Popped up into shallow center, and Elvis will make the grab. That is out number 1. Next will be Kyle Seager. So Darvish, who had, well, what's going to pass, I think, is his toughest inning so far this year in his 2 starts. He had to work a little bit overtime in a very difficult 3rd inning. Kind of shot himself in the foot with that leadoff walk, but limited the damage, and that was the key for him. Just a run on a hit for Seattle. Here's Seager, no surprise, he got a base hit his first time to the plate. So Seager now at .299 is what he is currently hitting. There's that big slow bender in. 0-2. Seager, a 7-game hitting streak. Got him swinging.
That's a story.
That is, yeah, that is. Also the 2nd strikeout for Darvish. 2 up, 2 away.
Yeah, and it just kind of speaks to the quality of the pitch that he just saw. No one hotter than Kyle Seager in the game right now, but look at that curveball. Look how sharply it breaks straight down. Great pitch.
Trying to remember back to the Pirate game, his first time out last Saturday. I don't think we saw that pitch. That hard curveball. We saw the slow curveball. I'm not sure we saw the one that was 83, 84 miles an hour.
Yeah, that one broke more downward than it did right to left than most of his curveballs.
1 ball and no strikes to Lind, who reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Darvish had 50 pitches, 29 strikes, 21 balls. That's out of play to even the count. Lind now 5 out of 12 in his career against Darvish. There's that slow hook, tantalizingly dipping into the upper reaches of the strike zone.
And again, the key with that pitch is to throw it for a strike, because most of the time, unless you're Joey Votto, no one's going to swing at it. You don't want to waste it and have them fooled by it and not swing at it and have it be a ball. So that's a good thing right there, is throw it for a strike. They're going to take it, get a strike out of it.
1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts on that particular pitch. 3 up, 3 down for the Mariners. Darvish striking out both Seager and Adam Lind. Mariners are gone, and after 3.5, Rangers 5, Seattle 1. coverage of baseball is sponsored by T-Mobile. Alexander Bogaerts of the Boston Red Sox extended his hitting streak to 26 games last night. Got his base hit against the Orioles, second longest hit streak in the major leagues this season. His teammate, Jackie Bradley Jr., had the longest at 29 straight. Madison Bumgarner, left-hander for the San Francisco Giants, struck out 11 and homered in yesterday's win against the Braves. The reason the homer is significant, that's his 13th career round tripper. That's the most by an active pitcher in the major leagues now.
Last inning, the Rangers had obviously a nice rally going. They've had a man thrown out at the plate. They've had a double play on a line shot to second base. But throughout the problems, no one has warmed up in the Mariner bullpen. This looks like one of those games where Taijuan Walker is going to have to give them innings, no matter what the score or how many pitches he's thrown early in the game.
Was thrown out for the first out. Now Bobby Wilson coming up. The fans, the Rangers face the Mariners on Sunday afternoon. That's the final game of this three-game set. And the first 15,000 fans, 14 and older, will get a Cole Hamels t-shirt. Cole Hamels t-shirt. That's courtesy of Dr. Pepper and Albertsons. You can get your tickets at TexasRangers.com, or you can call 972-RANGERS if you would rather. One hopper off a broken bat from Bobby Wilson. Sardinius throws him out, 2 gone. Well, Bobby 0 for 2. Taijuan Walker, for the first time tonight, is able to retire the first 2 hitters in an inning. And now he will face Jurickson Profar for the 3rd time. Rangers have made Walker use 73 pitches to get to this point in the ballgame. He worked him over in the last 2 innings very effectively. Profar has lined into a double play and grounded back to the mound. No balls, 2 strikes. Taijuan Walker, who was the Mariners minor league pitcher of the year twice. Profar, a drive to deep right field. There it goes. Goodbye. Upper deck for Jurickson Profar. 6-1 Rangers.
Profar's last at bat, he had a line shot at second. It was turned into a double play. Well, that's 2 great at bats in a row for Jurickson. Jurickson's going to make everybody think about what happens to him when Rougned comes back. He's playing some nice baseball right now.
A second home run for Profar. They have both been solo drives. Ian Desmond up the middle, but Sardinius has it on to first. That will do it. But the Rangers add on a run on Profar's second home run of the year. We'll head to the 5th inning at Globe Life Park, with the Rangers leading the Mariners 6-1. Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by Mazda. In every car we make, you'll see why driving matters. Yeah, the clouds breaking up overhead. A beautiful night here at Globe Life Park. Nice crowd on hand on this Friday night, and Yu Darvish working. Now has a 5-run lead. It is 6-1 Rangers. Rangers have backed him with a pair of home runs tonight. 6 runs on 8 hits. Meanwhile, Darvish has allowed 1 run on just 2 hits. Dae-Ho Lee leading off. Lee grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd inning. Dae-Ho Lee, a .298 average. Darvish pumps in that fastball for a strike, or a steal pitch tracker. Keeping you apprised of Darvish's location tonight, and it has been good. Just the 1 walk, that was a leadoff walk to Steve Clevenger, the catcher. A good breaking ball. 1-2. Dae-Ho Lee with 20 RBI and just over 80 at bats this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Last year in Japan, Lee hit .282, 31 homers and 98 runs driven in. Not as many at bats in Japan as you get in the big leagues. They don't play as many games over there.
Broken bat looper. That's going to drop untouched. Not high enough in the air for Mitch Moreland to be able to track it.
After a few breaking balls down and away, that fastball up and in, a little bit problematic for Lee. A little smile on his face. Guy's a good hitter, though.
Yeah, he is.
He can turn around a fastball early in the year from Jake Diekman to win a ball game in Seattle. Got some power.
Two balls, 2 strikes as Darvish gets ready. Into right field, that's going to fall for a base hit. And Lee just kind of shoveling it out there. That is the 3rd hit of the night, a leadoff single here in the 5th. Steve Clevenger coming up. We're going to check in with Emily Jones first.
Well, Buzz, it's obviously still very early for Yu Darvish as far as him making his comeback, but you wonder the effect that Doug Brocail, the new pitching coach, has had on him, because Doug has been very adamant and outspoken about, you know, wanting you to trust his stuff more, to not nibble, to not go for the strikeout, to be more efficient so he can go deeper into ball games. And he's been very outspoken about it in the media. And if you know that if he's been that way about it, you know, publicly, that he's definitely been that way behind the scenes with you. So you wonder if it's a new set of eyes and ears with a different perspective on Darvish and his game.
Long run for Rua into the corner. It's a fair ball. Rua plays the carom nicely, and that's going to turn into a double. And just in ahead of the throw, Dae-Ho Lee at 3rd base. So Clevenger going the other way and just caught fair territory right down the left field line.
The bottom of the order has been causing the problems. What problems Yu has had today. Clevenger's walked and doubled. Sardinas has a single. Lee has a single. That ball came down right to Ryan. He would have thrown him out at 3rd base. Close the way it is.
A single followed by an opposite field double. 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Luis Sardinas, the shortstop, who had a base hit to center his first time. Rangers play the infield back. 1 ball and no strikes. Beltre wide of the bag at 3rd. Sardinas now a .208 hitter. Up the middle, that's going to get the run home. Profar throws out Sardinas. Lee scores. On to 3rd goes Clevenger. And the RBI ground out for Sardinas makes it a 6-2 Ranger lead.
If you're going to make an out on a weakly hit ground ball, that's the way to do it. Hit it to the right side with men on 2nd and 3rd, move both runners. Get 1 in, put 1 at 3rd with 1 out.
Oh, now one away back to the top of the order for Nori Aoki. Aoki 0 for 2 tonight. He has reached center fielder's choice, and he is lined to left field. 1 ball and no strikes. Our Steele pitch tracker showing you that could have been a strike, but Gary Cedarstrom did not throw that right hand up. Two-0.
In Darvish's first game, there was a number of 94 to 97 mile an hour fastballs. Today, not velocity-wise, looks like he might be concentrating more on his two-seam fastball, which sinks and is more 91, 93-ish. Last two have had good movement and been 93 miles an hour.
And the important number as far as the Rangers are concerned, that upper right-hand corner in that middle box, that pitch number, 65 so far for Darvish. And you heard Jeff Bannister say it's a hard 95 count. Will not go over 95. And it just depends how he gets to the 85 to 90 count will determine whether he gets even close to 95. The 2-1 pitch. That will even the count. And it really has nothing to do with the kind of shape that Darvish is in. He could throw more than that, but the Rangers' point is they want to be extremely conservative with him in working his way back after a 2-year absence back into mid-season form. They don't want it to happen before mid-season gets here, before Darvish is ready for it. That's low and inside, 3-2. They need to have Yu Darvish in September and October. That's what they're grooming him for. So a full count to Aoki with 1 out. Seth Smith, the left fielder, is in the on-deck circle. Darvish with a payoff pitch. We'll reset and try it again. And talking about Yu Darvish, he's the subject of our Kubota Power Stats for tonight. Since 2012, he leads all major league pitchers with 11 1/4, almost 11 1/4 strikeouts per 9 innings. Got him swinging. Breaking ball, and Aoki flailing at it is gone.
Yeah, Aoki's a tough guy to strike out. Fouls a lot of pitches off, hangs in there, but Darvish in a spot where he might want to go for the strikeout. A man on third base and 1 out. But I'm not going to pitch to contact right here. I'm going to take this into my own hands and try and hit that curveball. Or slider. Not sure what do you call that. Hard curveball or slider?
Strike 3.
Call it a swing and a miss for sure.
No, 2 away for Darvish. That is strikeout number 4 for the evening. Now Seth Smith. Smith had a sac fly his last time up. 0 for 1 officially. Strike at the knees. Yeah, it probably wouldn't have mattered if it was 10-1 Darvish leading. He would have wanted to prevent a run from scoring.
Yeah.
That's the competitive nature of a quality major league pitcher.
And especially if you've got the strikeout pitch, and you're going to go for a strikeout. That's time to do it, man. On third and 1 out. There's 96. Still there.
Yeah, he brought it with him. Just hasn't let it out too often.
Yeah, just in case you were wondering where it is, there it is.
And that got the folks going with the U call. The 0-2 pitch.
Could have been borderline.
Steele agrees with you.
Yep.
Our Steele Fox tracker. Bobby Wilson flashing the signs out. And now Darvish with the 1-2 pitch. Looping line drive. Nice diving play by Jurickson Profar. Taking a hit and an RBI away from Seth Smith. A run on 2 hits, 1 left. We played half the ball game at Globe Life Park. Some great defense, some great pitching, and some home runs by the Rangers. 6-2 Texas as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Leading the Mariners right now as we head to the bottom of the 5th, as I just said, and welcome you back to Globe Life Park. And here with a very special guest, season ticket holder, Byron Anderson, and a very unique story as to how you came about being a season ticket holder. Byron, tell us about it.
Well, I was listening to the radio back in February, and I heard Chuck Morgan talking about how the Rangers were doing a giveaway where if you came to the park, used the wood bat, and you could have hit a home run off BP, off a machine, then you won your tickets for the season for free. And I was like, man, I can do that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, everybody thinks they can do it, yeah. But you actually did it.
Yes, I did. It's funny, too, because, you know, I played baseball a long time ago. I graduated in 2002 from Tarleton State, played baseball there. But it's been a long time, you know what I mean? The 14 years. I play in old man leagues every now and then, but I hadn't played in about a year. And what got me to do it finally was my dad and my father-in-law. We were just talking about it that day, like at noon at my son's flag football game. And they both like whipped out the credit cards and were like, come on, we'll pitch in, go do it. So came down here, and the scary part was we got here and I said, you know, is the wind blowing in? Do I have a chance today? And the guys are like, well, Michael Young didn't do it earlier today when he was here. And I was like, oh, and my wife was like, just do it. We'll enjoy the tickets, and you'll like to hit down on the field. You've always wanted to do that. And so, you know, I got down there, and they said, take a few. And
what's going through your mind when it's actually traveling out? I mean, are you in disbelief or?
Well, if you watch the video, I mean, as you know, as a kid, when you're taking BP and you're trying to hit a home run, a lot of times you're being silly with your buddies and double down the left field line.
You can do it all. Play-by-play all.
Mazzaro on at second. Nobody out.
Well, you also, speaking of silly, had a little fun throwing out the first pitch tonight. What was the inspiration behind the theatrics out there on the hill?
Like I said, I still play old man ball with my buddies, and we play in a league that's it's 18 and up. But we still do all right, and really it's just, you know, kind of a beer league, and we're sitting around trying to think of silly things to do. And, you know, have the jersey and the uniform underneath the outfit was like the best idea we could come up with.
Well, it worked. The dugout was cracking up. You would definitely fit in with this group over here to my right. So congratulations, Byron.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy those season tickets the rest of the way.
I will. Thank you to the Rangers. This has been awesome. This whole thing for my family has been awesome. So thank you very much to the Rangers.
Well, congratulations, Byron. Now everyone's going to think they can hit a home run out of this park, guys.
Well, thanks, Sam. That's good stuff.
I liked his first pitch just as much as the home run.
Yeah, I did too. Now, something you don't see every day, a right-handed pitcher intentionally walking a right-handed hitter to get to a left-handed power hit. Adrian Beltre is shown tonight with a 3-run home run and a 2-run double that he is not to be trifled with.
Based on what Scott Service has seen, he's making a smart move.
Yep.
Mazzara's looking pretty nice in that 3-hole too. He's walked twice, scored twice, and a leadoff double. Get someone to get a hit behind him here. He's got a chance of batting 3 times and scoring 3 times. There's a look at Scott Service.
See if Prince can get one going here. Put a charge in one. 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out to first and a strikeout for Fielder. Prince, a 188 average, 0 for his last 11. He's got runners at first and second. 2 balls and no strikes.
91 pitches right now for Taijuan Walker. He's just about out of gas, and they're finally going to get someone warmed up in the bullpen. Their bullpen's pretty tired, so Scott's trying to stretch him as far as they can.
I wonder if the bullpen took a later flight than the rest of the guys tonight. Could have been.
I think they had to use most of them yesterday and the day before.
They did. 3-0 to Fielder. Had the green light and he skies to left field. Smith with a catch. That is out number 1. Ryan Rule will be next. Before Ryan gets in there, let's send it over to John Radigan for a Chevy game break.
That's an error.
All right, John, thank you.
Well, the American League West is playing some pretty good baseball right
now.
Houston.
Yeah.
8 out of their last 10. They scored 7 in the first today against Oakland. So Houston's trying to get right back in things. Playing the way right now that everyone thought they would from day one.
Breaking ball in the dirt, gets away from Clevenger. That will advance both Mazzara and Beltre 90 feet.
Well, that's a good wild pitch. Ryan swinging a nice bat. 8 for 19 coming into the game. He's had 2 hits in this game. Now he's got a chance to drive in a run from third with 1 out.
You were talking about the possibility of Walker getting a little bit tired. That's a good indication right there, John, that Walker's running out of gas. He kind of jerked that breaking ball down and in the dirt. That's
bad sign.
Yeah, not quite the strength of the legs anymore. They're getting probably a little rubbery on him. 2 balls and no strikes. Walker at 95 pitches for the evening. Kind of a warm, humid night. 2-1 now. Cody Martin just came up yesterday and joined the Mariner bullpen.
Well, Walker threw that last pitch 95 miles an hour, so he's whatever he's got left, he's giving it his best shot. Say that for him. Well, he's going to try to give it his best shot right here with the infield in.
Yep. Infield in at the cut of the grass. The pitch low. 3 balls and a strike. Narua trying to get on and also get a couple in. He'll be followed by Mitch Moreland, your first baseman. Rangers 6 runs on 9 hits tonight. The Mariners 2 runs on 4 hits. Outside ball 4. That'll load him up for Mitch.
Mazzara, Beltre, and Rua have all been on every time they've come to bat today. 3 times. Bases loaded. Chance to keep on doing some damage here.
Now batting the first baseman,
Skipper Scott Service not particularly thrilled with what's going on here. Well, Stottlemyre Jr., the pitching coach, out to have a chat with Taijuan Walker. Inning by inning, you see that 30-pitch first inning really set a bad tone for Walker tonight. 23 in the third, and here in the fifth already 21 pitches, and just 1 out under his belt. Gary Cederstrom out to add his 2 cents worth. Nobody listened to him, so he walked away. Scott Service at the helm of the hottest team for about a 3-week period in the American League, the Seattle Mariners. And most of it due, as you mentioned before, Tom, them playing well on the road. 19-8 this year, or 18-9, excuse me. No, it's 19-8. 19-8 on the road. In the dirt, first pitch to Moreland, ball 1.
Yeah, it's just very unusual to see that kind of a split. 19-8 on the road and 12-14 at home.
Yeah.
I mentioned this in the pregame show. They're 12-14 at home, and right in the midst of playing great baseball, they were swept by Minnesota at home. 3 games. Minnesota's 16-37. So just another example. You never know what's going to happen when you go to the ballpark.
1 ball and 1 strike. Mitch expanding his zone a little bit. Moreland is popped out and grounded out. Bases full of Rangers here in the 5th inning. Taijuan Walker now at 100 pitches for the evening. 54 strikes, 46 balls. Now Moreland back in. Nazara at third, Beltre at second, Arua at first. One and 2. Pitch with 1 grand slam to his credit in his career. Got him swinging. Went upstairs, and Mitch couldn't quite climb that high. That's out number 2. Is strikeout number 2. Well, folks, you know the voting is open for the 2016 MLB All-Star Game. The Rangers need your help to make sure Texas is well represented. Send Ian and Elvis and Adrian and the rest of the Rangers to San Diego with your votes. Go to texasrangers.com/vote. Cast your vote up to 35 times. And fans who select the Rangers as their favorite team will receive an offer for 50% off tickets to select games in August. Vote today, vote tomorrow, vote early, vote often, and vote Rangers. Elvis 1 for 2 tonight. Had a single back in the 2nd inning.
Whoa. Elvis almost leaned right into that one.
Elvis kind of grimacing after thinking about that for a second. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a 297 his season average. 2-1. Mentioned how good a season Beltre has had with runners in scoring position. Elvis has been awfully good too. He came into the game 8th in the American League in batting with runners in scoring position, a 376 average. The 2-1 to left field. Smith with the play, and the Rangers miss a golden opportunity here in the 5th inning. They will leave them loaded on a couple of walks and a base hit. We'll go to the 6th inning. It's the Rangers 6, the Mariners 2 on Fox Sports Southwest. Series presented by Texas Lottery resumes right here at Globe Life Park on Monday. Rangers take on the Astros, and the first 15,000 fans 14 and older receive a Fox Sports Southwest Airlines Rangers cap. Get your tickets today at TexasRangers.com. It's the only cap giveaway this season, so you want to get your tickets for that Monday night game. The very hot Houston Astros coming into town. Astros added 2 more to their 7-run first inning. They're now 9-0 over Oakland. Well, Darvish back to the hill, and hopefully Mariners won't get any momentum built up from keeping the Rangers off the scoreboard in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rangers left the bases loaded after having them juiced with just 1 out. Robinson Cano 0 for 2 tonight. He has struck out, grounded to short. Going the other way, that is deep down the left field line. Rua over in the corner, it's off the wall, and Cano into second with a leadoff 2-bagger.
Boy, that is a carbon copy of the double that Clevenger hit last inning. Fly ball right down the line, off the wall.
Fielder Nelson Cruz.
Pitch tailing away, outside corner. Gonna hit it toward the end of the bat. Good spot to hit it, though. If you're going to hit a ball 320 feet in the air, that's the spot to hit it.
Well, Cano with his first hit of the night, the 5th hit by the Mariners against Darvish. And it'll bring up Nelson Cruz with nobody out. Cruz has popped out and flied out. Good breaking ball for strike 1. Nelly Cruz with a 4-game hitting streak coming into play tonight. It is the 11th home run of the year last night in San Diego. 445-foot blast at Petco Park. Ian Desmond, the Rangers center fielder, coming back into a little more modest depth. 0-2 to Cruz. This matchup tonight, the first time that Nelly Cruz has ever faced Darvish in a regular season game. Good pitch in, and Cruz able to fight it off. Still 0-2. Tony Barnett getting loose in that Ranger bullpen. That pitch gets away from Bobby Wilson, so down to third goes Cano. Wild pitch. First of the night, charge to Darvish. Yeah, one of the problems that Darvish has, he imparts so much spin on the ball. That's why the curveball and slider breaks so sharply, even if he doesn't throw it very hard. When it hits the dirt, you really don't have any idea which way it's going to go. And he gets Cruz here on a good fastball. Big strikeout. That is out number 1.
Yeah, he's kind of cruising along at 91, 92, 93 with his 2-seam fastball. Then when he wants a little extra, he goes to his 4-seam fastball at 96, and I think that caught Nelly by surprise a little bit. He threw it right by him. A little bit late on that one.
So 1 away, and for Darvish, that is strikeout number 5. Here's Seager, 1 for 2. Seager struck out his last time up, had a single back in the second. Our Ford leaderboard, talking about RBI in road games this year. Robinson Cano the most in the American League. Kyle Seager 4th most at 25. Chop foul as Darvish took something off that pitch. 1-1. Seager with a .297 average overall. Pulled foul outside first. Darvish now with a count of 1-2. Bannister sitting close to that bullpen phone. Base hit by Seager. That'll drive home Cano. And it cuts the late Ranger lead to 6-3 now as Seager drives home his 39th run of the year.
Well, you tried the same thing with Seager. A couple of breaking balls, pulled foul, came back with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he threw by Nelly Cruz, and Seager was right on it.
And Doug Rocaille now going to make a quick trip out to the mound. That's Brad Holman. Excuse me. Brad out there with the interpreter for Yu Darvish and making sure that everything gets across just the way he wants it. Little frustration on the face of Yu Darvish and a little hang of the head. So it's a 3-run Ranger advantage. Seager at first, still just 1 out. Adam Lind has reached on a fielder's choice and struck out, stands in. Ball 1, low and outside. Lind a .252 average. One and one the count. Rangers this year have handled Adam Lind pretty well. He is just 2 for 17 in the inning by inning breakdown for Yu Darvish. 5th inning, the only time he's gone to 20 pitches in an inning. One and two. That was number 87 for Darvish tonight. Interesting to see what happens if he gets Adam Lind here, whether he stays in for one more hitter, Dae-Ho Lee, or not. Maybe a moot point. Moreland to second. They won't have a return throw as Darvish not over there quite in time. Ball not really hit sharply.
The only chance they had, if it was a good throw, Mitch's throw was a little bit low, and once Elvis had to reach down, then there was no shot. If Mitch's throw was high, chest high, they might have had a chance, except I don't think Darvish was going to get to first base anyway. It doesn't look like.
That's right.
So get the force out at second.
Yeah, Jeff Bannister out there to answer our question, wondering whether Yu Darvish would take it any further, and he will not. He will be finished after 5 2/3 tonight. That pitch count at 88, and as Jeff Bannister said, that's a hard 95. That's not going beyond that, and this was it for Yu Darvish tonight. So Tony Barnett coming on. He will face Dae-Ho Lee with 2 outs in the 5th. We'll take a timeout. We're back to Globe Life Park right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Pitcher Sam Dyson and Rangers captain. That's coming up on June 8th at the Whataburger on Airport Freeway in Euless. Visit TexasRangers.com/appearances for more information. Well, Tony Barnett on one pitch gets a fielder's choice ground out. Dae-Ho Lee rounds to Elvis Andrus. That will do it. So Tony Barnett just needs one pitch to get out of the inning. For the Mariners, a run on 2 hits. They leave one after 5 1/2. 6-3 Rangers. Time now for the Sonic Slam Inning, brought to you by Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is $500 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. If a Ranger hits a home run during this inning, Janelle Havron of Arlington will win $500. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Janelle is going to win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Well, Bobby Wilson to start things off, and Bobby will face the newest pitcher for the Mariners, Cody Martin. Cody, a 26-year-old right-hander, just brought up from AAA Tacoma yesterday to replace next to the last spot on the Mariners bullpen. Pitched in last night's game, and he's out there again this evening. Bobby Wilson 0 for 2. Takes ball 1. Bobby flied to center and grounded to short this evening. On the outside corner. Martin with that big slow hook. Drops it in 1-2. Cody Martin last night worked an inning. Gave up an unearned run to the Padres. Chopper to the right side. Picked off by Dae-Ho Lee. That is out number 1. And it'll take the Rangers back to the top of the order. Cody Martin, you may remember from last year, spent a little bit of time in the Oakland A's. Started the year with Atlanta. Atlanta sent him over to Oakland in July. And then after the season, the Mariners claimed him off waivers from Oakland. Profar, long home run his last time up. Into the upper home run porch in right field. Jurickson 1 for 3 tonight. Now has hit safely in all 7 ball games since coming on to take the place of second baseman Rougned Odor, and he's going to have another base hit. Gardenia's able to knock it down, but that's it. Rangers now in double figures as a team, 10 base hits tonight.
Yeah, they've had 6 runs and 10 hits. They've had a chance to score a lot more than 6 runs. Left the bases loaded last inning. Had bases loaded and 1 out. Jurickson picks up an infield hit, makes up for the line drive he hit in the 2nd inning that was caught.
Yeah, there you go.
Evened out for him tonight.
In the span of 4 innings, evened out. That's quicker than normal.
Yeah.
Well, here's Ian Desmond, who's had another multi-hit night. 0-1. Desmond singled and scored each of his first 2 times to the plate. 2 for 3. The average for Desmond now at 297. One ball and 1 strike. Good look at the defensive alignment for the Seattle Mariners. Slightly around to the left. Robinson Cano a couple of steps toward the bag at second. Outfield straight away for Desmond. Well, ball and 2 strikes. Go back over the last 41 ball games for Ian Desmond now. He's hit .347. All 7 of his home runs in those 41 games. 32 RBI. Before that, he was hitting .109. And it was kind of a quiet .109. Hadn't done much. Even when he got on base, wasn't able to score. Now he's up among the league leaders in runs scored. One-two pitch. Base hit to right field. Make it a 3-hit game for Desmond.
He just goes up there slashing, boy. He gets one he can handle. He pulls it out of the ballpark. If not, he just hits a hard ground ball or a line drive. Right field, center field, left field, doesn't matter. Just in some kind of a groove right now. That pitch is up and away. He just goes the other way with it.
Yep. Now, this is not a short sample anymore. 41 ball games we're talking about that he's hit right at 360 now. 355.
That's 160, 175 at bats. That's a third of a season right there.
Well, here's Mazzara.
Not even a third of a season.
Yeah, that's right.
Less than a third of a season.
Mazzara, 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and a double. Hit on base all 3 times. Highest average for an American League rookie at .303. One and 1. Nomar come into the ball game in a bit of a slump, and Jeff Bannister moving him up to the number 3 slot. A little juggling of the lineup, and he has responded here this evening. Way inside. 2 balls and a strike. Omar's seen his average drop from 325 down to 299 as play started tonight. By going 2 for 20 in the last 5 ball games. That has been a thing of the past. He's been on base all 3 times. Lines one to right. He's going to be on base again. Profar being come around third. Now he's going to run through the stop sign, and he scored. Spike Owen had the stop sign up, and I think Profar said, "I'm too far gone. I can't stop now."
I couldn't tell Buzz if that's what it was or if he saw where the throw was and went. In any event, he slowed down, looked out toward the field, had a look at him, and then decided to go. Let's see exactly if we can tell. Gonna stop. I think he said, "I'm too far. I can't stop." He didn't have time to see the throw.
If that was recognizing the throw, he's got pretty quick recognition skills.
That was just an idea, Buzz. That's not what happened.
Oh, goodness. So it's 7-3 now as the Rangers get one of those runs back, and they're still going. Here's Beltre with runners at first and second. 3 successive singles by the Rangers producing a run, and Adrian takes strike 1 from Cody Martin. Beltre, a 3-run home run in the first, a 2-run double in the third, an intentional walk in the fifth. Got 5 RBI this evening, at batting average at .286. Sardinius backhands the Cano on to first, a double play, and that will take care of the Rangers' 6th inning. But they get a run on the board on 3 hits, and they leave 1. After 6, it's the Rangers 7 and the Mariners 3 on Fox Sports Southwest. Nice 4-game summary. A lot of the Rangers, a lot of Adrian Beltre in the first inning. His 10th home run of the year, a 3-run bomb, and the Rangers are off to the races. Beltre in the third. How about a 2-run double? Plugs the gap in right center. 5 RBI for the Ranger third sacker. Jurickson Profar had taken an 0 for 2 to start the game, and then he launched one, his 2nd home run of the year, into the upper porch. The Rangers would go on to add another one tonight. They lead 7-3 as Tony Barnett back to the hill. Tony came on in the 6th inning, threw 1 pitch, got out of the inning, and now he's back out there to start the 7th. Steve Clevenger, the catcher, leading off. So Darvish tonight, 5 2/3, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Clevenger has been aboard both times that he's come to the plate tonight, a walk and an opposite field double. A ball and a strike. 204 season average for the veteran catcher. Two and one. .32-year-old right-hander Tony Barnett, Anchorage, Alaska native. And Clevenger, a perfect night as he goes the other way with a leadoff single. 1 on, nobody out. Luis Sardinius coming up. Take a look at tonight's delivery of the game, brought to you by Jimmy John's. And Darvish, his 2nd start for the Rangers this year. He had it all working, especially early. Had that big breaking ball that just bedazzled the Mariner hitters. 5 strikeouts in all. Had a little extra heat when he needed it. The 5 2/3 innings. Finished for the night after 87 pitches. 1 on, nobody out here. Sardinius takes ball 1. Luis had his 5th run driven in on a ground out in the 5th inning. He's 1 out of 2 tonight. Barnett, a long look at first. Double play grounder. Profar, Andrews, Moreland. Well, the Rangers hadn't turned one, but I guess it was about time here in the 7th inning. His 74th of the year. That is the most in Major League Baseball.
And just to make sure that the guy slides, watch Elvis. He comes from down under. And if you want to get close to me, you better get down.
Yep.
And he did.
Yeah, if that had been a Toronto Blue Jay, there would have been all kinds of problems.
Somebody crying about it.
No, base is empty. And Marichka Aoki for his fourth time up there. There the double plays turned in Major League Baseball. The Rangers with a 15 double play lead over St. Louis, who's second. Aoki 0 for 3 tonight. Strikeout, a line out, and a ground out. 2 balls, no strikes. Jake Diekman ready if needed in that Ranger bullpen. Up the middle for Aoki, a base hit with 2 outs. 8th hit of the night for Seattle. Seth Smith will now come to the plate. You would imagine what you see Diekman out there for is if this inning gets to Cano. Cano was the hitter scheduled after Seth Smith, who's stepping into the batter's box. Smith tonight, a sacrifice fly in 3 trips to the plate. 0 for 2 officially. Oh, 1 after the foul ball.
The one thing Robinson Cano knows, he's not going to be facing Tony Barnett or Jake Diekman down in the bullpen. A lot of left-hand hitters in the lineup for Seattle. I think they've got 6 of them.
Everybody you have on the bench is either a switch hitter or all right-handed hitters. 0-1 pitch coming to Smith. To left field. Ryan Rua camped out underneath this one. And that will do it. So the 2 base hits, 1 left for the Mariners. We'll take the 7th inning stretch with the Rangers leading Seattle 7-3. And now let's join Chuck Morgan as he introduces God Bless America.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. If you please rise in honor of all the veterans who have served our country, the servicemen and women who are currently stationed at home and around the world. We invite everyone at Globe Life Park to join in singing God Bless America.
as we head to the bottom of the 7th here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, it was announced earlier today that Michael Young would be the 20th member of the Texas Rangers Hall of Fame. He'll be inducted at the end of next month, and Michael very honored by the recognition.
It's really a huge honor for me to have an opportunity to be with this organization for so long and still have a role in this organization. It means the world to me. I played for 3 teams, but this is really the one team that I identify with, that I was a part of, still am, and always will be. So it means a lot.
And it was neat to hear the guys talk about him, Elvis Andrus, Adrian Beltre today before Michael came in, and Adrian talking about how some of the rules that Michael Young put into place in the clubhouse, are still there, and how he taught so much to the guys underneath him, and really helped lay the foundation for what this organization is now, and as far as resurrecting the comeback, the turnaround of this franchise and where it is today. So special time for Michael Young, and a well-deserved honor for him as he will join you, Tom, in the Rangers Hall of Fame.
Thanks, Very good, Em. That's great stuff, and Prince drawing the walk. You'd have to go an awful long way to find somebody that's as well respected in the end baseball as Michael Young.
Yeah, I agree with you right there, Buzz. And that's not just people that know him from being involved with the Rangers. That's fans, opponents, front offices, all around baseball feel that way about Michael, whether they know him or not. You can just watch him play the game, listen to him talk about it, listen to him talk to the reporters before and after the game, and come away knowing what kind of guy he is.
Yeah, and that was a big part of what Adrian Beltre talked about today in the little press conference about Michael Young, about how much he had heard about Michael before Adrian came over here. He said, I probably knew as much about Michael as I did about anybody, just from what other guys had told me.
Sure.
And all very, very positive. Now, Ryan Rua, a big night tonight for the Ranger left fielder, 2 for 2 with a walk and a pair of singles. There's Adrian, Omar Mazara. Yeah, we talk about scouting reports for players getting around to the other teams very quickly. Well, reputations get around very quickly, too.
That's for sure. Yeah, there's no secret about players among the players.
No.
Might not filter its way up to us, sports writers and fans, but within the close fraternity of players, there's not many secrets.
Ruin got on strikes. Emily has some more for us, Em.
Well, I think one of the cool things that Michael said, and I really feel like it epitomizes him, and when you talk about Michael, everybody always talks about leadership, and he said, leadership is not something that's taught or something that's learned. He said, if they're following, you're leading. So if someone's following you, you're leading, and it's your job, to steer them in the right direction and to conduct yourself in a way that people want to follow. But I thought that was pretty much summed him up pretty good. That if they're following, then you're leading.
Yeah, that's a great way. Great way of saying that. That's exactly right too. And they definitely followed Michael Young's lead, whether it's playing hurt, playing the game hard, understanding the fundamentals of the game, acting like a professional on and off the field, whatever it was, they followed him. There's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Buzz.
Cruz in foul territory makes the catch. Yeah, that was dead centered, but straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Out number 2. And before Elvis comes up, let's send it back over to John Radigan for a Chevy game break.
Shortstop, Elvis Andrus.
You got your dignity back, John. Nice going. You found your mojo.
We were thinking about getting you a lanyard for that stuff. You tie it around your neck so you don't lose it. 2 outs. Here's Elvis. He takes a breaking ball from Cody Martin for strike 1.
And we're talking about Mitch and how many times he's done that. It's a great swing at a good pitch to hit, but he just missed it. Just got underneath it a little bit, hit it straight up in the air.
1 ball, 1 strike. Does that thing wear on a hitter?
Yeah, it does.
When you're in kind of a slump.
When you're in a slump, yep. I don't care who you are. I mean, the great players don't go into slumps as often as the rest of us do. But Mitch now is, 4 for 49, and that's a long time to have 4 hits. And it can't help but wear on you. You start to, you start to say, well, look, I know what I've done in the past, but this is what I'm doing right now. It drives you crazy. You can't sleep at night. During the games, you're happy when your team wins. You're happy for your teammates, but it's still in the back of your mind. You go out to the field. Mitch is throwing ground balls around the infield. You can't help but think about that. Look up at the scoreboard. You see what your batting average is. And, a little bit of doubt creeps into your mind. You lose your confidence a little bit, and it just kind of keeps going and going. And, eventually something clicks, whether it's you relax, you find a little bit of a mechanical thing, you get a couple of hits to fall in, something clicks, you get your confidence back, and then it's kind of off to the races, and it's a thing of the past. But while it's going on, it definitely wears on you. Probably for any player. I don't know any player that isn't affected in some way by that, some more than others.
You say something clicks. Does that allow you to relax?
Yeah, I can remember at the beginning of one season, I looked up at the scoreboard. My average was 137, and I'm squeezing the bat, and I'm doing everything I can to get a base hit, and I'm gonna tease you with that and tell you what happened at the end of the inning.
I can hardly wait. Rangers are gone. They stranded a runner. We'll go to the 8th inning, and there's more from Tom coming up as the Rangers lead the Mariners by a 7-3 count.
I don't know, y'all are messing me up here. Time for the Progressive fan of the game. Look at this. Tex, after 3 hard surgeries, back in his chaps, back with the megaphone and hat. Give us a little sample of the work, Tex.
All right, Jim.
Very nice. Here's the bag, Tex. Good to see you. And we got even a Buzz and Tom. We even got a little budding Tex here. Let's hear a little sample of your work, buddy.
Woo!
Hey, nice.
This is my first time being on TV.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Good to have you out here, little guy. A little Tex and a big Tex tonight, guys.
All right. Not camera shy at all, is he? The little one. That's good. Well, Jake Diekman has come out of the bullpen to take over, the 29-year-old southpaw. Jake worked the first game in the Cleveland series, or second game, I should say, in the Cleveland series. Jake now appearing for the 25th time this year, and he's going through Robinson Cano to start things off. Left-hander against left-hander, and it's ball 1. 0-1 for Jake. 14 holes. That is among the league leaders at 1.86 ERA. As Cano pounds one foul down the right side. Jake, the Nebraska native, done a very, very good job for the Rangers since Rangers acquired him at the trade deadline last year. Came over with Cole Hamels. Little tapper right back to the mound. Cano is tossed out. One gone. Nelly Cruz coming up. Well, folks, the next $10 Tuesday is this Tuesday. That's June 7th. Rangers take on the Astros. The first 15,000 fans 14 and older at the ballpark on Tuesday will receive a Powerade Rangers reusable bag. You get your $10 Tuesday tickets for the game and log on to TexasRangers.com/specials today.
Buzz, before the game's over, I want to mention that we met a very beautiful little boy today, Santiago Fraga, who came up to our booth. Let's see if Nomar can catch that one.
I think
he can. He came up to our booth before the game, and he just loves baseball. He loves watching our telecasts. Got to watch us during the pregame show. And he's at the ball game, his first game today with his mom and dad, and everybody up here was just so honored to be able to meet you, Santiago. I know you're at the game and you can't hear this, but maybe someone's watching back home and they can TiVo it for you. We're so glad that you were able to come up to the game today.
Hey, Santiago made my day. He brightened up the entire booth, and that's well, gives you a good reason to be proud of what you do for a living.
His mom said to him, Santiago, tell Buzz what you say at the end of a Ranger win. he knew your call, and that's a winner. He knew some of the calls before the game, before the game started, during the game, some of the phrases that you use, and that was just great.
Well, I hope he doesn't know all the phrases that I use.
Well, he knows the ones you use on the air. He doesn't know some of the ones that we use between innings, depending on how the game is going. But
great young man and great family. It was great to see him up here. It's wonderful. Kyle Seager at the plate. Seager's a 2 for 3 this evening. Kyle last time up an RBI single, now has 39 runs driven in the season. Rangers leading 7-3. Jake Diekman working with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Two and two. I won't have you started now because there's 2 outs, but you got to finish your story about the slumps.
Oh yeah.
Next half inning.
All right, next half inning.
We're gonna keep everybody here.
I'm in a slump. I forgot about it. I'm in a memory slump. Started about 10 years ago.
You're right. It affects more than.
I'm having a hard time getting out of it.
Oh, look at Jake Diekman charging that hot shot. On to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Jake Diekman. We've gone through 7.5 at Globe Life Park. Rangers lead the Mariners 7-3.
Here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas, leading Seattle by a score of 7-3. This is the first of a 3-game series between the Mariners and the Rangers. Game 2 will take place tomorrow night here at Globe Life Park. A little bit of a later time for start time. A little bit later. The game starts at 8 o'clock, you guys, okay? The game starts at 8. We'll take a look at some of the principles of this one. Adrian Beltre obviously heating up. Hopefully that will continue tomorrow night. And then the Ranger killer, Kyle Seager, on display once again. 8 o'clock, first pitch tomorrow, Fox Sports Southwest. Fellas, back to you.
Yeah, but is Adrian going to be here at 8 o'clock tomorrow night?
I think so. Somebody's going to be here at 8 to play baseball.
Okay, but not before.
No.
All right,
There will be no
good.
baseball played before 8 o'clock. I can assure you of this.
All right. Thank you. Well, Bobby Wilson pops out to his counterpart in foul territory. 1 gone. Jurickson Profar taking strike 1.
So I'm up to bat.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
And the scoreboard said 137. And I'm going through all the feelings I was describing earlier. Squeezing the bat, concentrating, worried about getting a hit, wondering if I would ever get another hit. I can feel the tension in my forearms, and someone screams from behind the screen, "Just relax!" I mean, it was so obvious, and I heard him as clear as a bell, and said, "You know what? He's exactly right. What's the worst thing that can happen is I'm going to make an out, and I've made so many of those. It's not anything new." And it's like, okay, you just relax, and then you take some nice easy swings, and I'm not going to say that I turned into a star, but I turned into what I should be instead of something terrible. There was another time one year, my oldest son was might have been our only son then. He was probably 5 maybe, and he used to go to every game, and he was into it. And for about 3 months, he was calling me by my first name, not my last, not Dad. And I came to bat, and I was feeling the same way, and I was nervous. And he's right behind home plate, and there's about 2,000 people at the game back at the old stadium, and I hear him yell, "Come on, Tommy! Come on, Tommy!" Screaming like that. And, I started kind of chuckling to myself, and then the same thing happened. It's just a game, and you hear that, and you relax. So I'm not suggesting that it's that easy, but sometimes it really is. You're just up there bearing down and squeezing the bat too hard, and you do have to just take a step back and relax.
Oh, yeah, I think you're, and sometimes you just get in your own head, and that's the worst thing that can happen.
Exactly. That's half the problem. I've heard pitchers say, and I don't know if you were like this, but if you're feeling the same way and you're squeezing the ball and your arms tight and you're throwing as hard as you can, it just doesn't come out with the same zip as it does when you're relaxed, does it?
No, it doesn't. You don't have the same timing. You don't have balance. Nothing works well.
Mm-hmm. And I know it's true in golf. You hear the great golf instructors say the same thing. Take the tension out of your arms by loosening your grip and relaxing. Kevin Harmon out tending to Ian Desmond.
Yeah. Ian got something in his eye. Well, while we have a moment here, why don't we take you back for our AT high-speed internet replay. We'll take you back to the first inning. Adrian Beltre up with 2 on. Launches home run number 10. That is our AT high-speed replay of the night. And Adrian got that out of here at high speed. It's been a 5 RBI night for Adrian Beltre, who now has upped his RBI total to 40 for the year. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's Adrian. Notice how Adrian's always right in the middle of a group of guys that are, for the most part, listening to whatever he wants to say.
Well, I would think on the bench, he's the kind of guy. He's a veteran guy. He's fun, and he plays that way that when you're on the bench, you want to sit next to him. You want to talk to him. Surround yourself with positive, energetic thoughts during a ball game.
Yeah, and everybody around him enjoys themselves a little bit better.
Yeah.
2-2 to Desmond. It's foul back and out of play. Ian, a 3-hit night. He has gone 3 for 4, and he is now officially at the 300 mark. And he's going to be above the 300 mark. That's going all the way to the wall, and Desmond's going to have extra bases. By the time Cruz gets it in, cruising into second, Ian Desmond, who is 4 for 5.
That ball just scooted right by Nelly Cruz in right field. That's how hard it was hit. It looked like Nelly was just going to go over, pick it up, and throw it back in, but the ball was hit so hard it rolled all the way to the wall. That's almost the exact same pitch that Ian hit between first and second for a base hit earlier in the ballgame. Well, we've probably said this 50 times already this year, but that was a big pickup, acquiring him before the spring training started.
Boy, no kidding. And as things progress during the season, we're going to say it more often.
Yeah, it looks bigger and bigger with every game.
That it does. Here's Nomar Mazara, who's been aboard 4 times tonight. Mazara has singled, doubled, walked twice, he has scored twice, and driven in a run. Rangers now 7 runs on 13 hits this evening. 2 balls, no strikes. So between Desmond and Mazara, just the 2 of them tonight, they are 6 for 7. They have been on a couple more times. Cody Martin to check him second. Hits the outside corner, 2-2. Well, tonight, our Coors Light cold hard fact for you. Since 2010, Rangers have led the division for 642 days. That's the most days in first place in the major league. St. Louis is second, in a distant second, 99 games behind. Cold hard fact brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Mazara strikes out. Rangers are gone. They strand a runner. We're going to the 9th. Looks like Sam Dice is going to try and close out a 7-3 Ranger lead.
At Globe Life Park in Arlington. Unseasonably cool here, but I can promise you that it is going to be hot on Rangers Live, the post-game edition. We'll hear lots of post-game reaction to this one. We'll check in with you, Darvish. We'll hear from some of the hitting heroes in this one as well. And fireworks, too. We've got Fireworks Friday for you. It's all coming up. Rangers Live with me, Mark McLemore, and the whole gang right after the game, guys.
All right, John, thank you very much. Well, we are headed to the ninth inning, and Sam Dyson has come out of the Ranger bullpen to take over. Dyson appearing for the 28th time at his tops on the Ranger ball club. He has stepped into the closer's role, 6 out of 7. No save opportunity tonight for him. Dyson with that 2.10 ERA, and the opposition hitting just 2.05 against him. So Dyson becomes the 4th pitcher used tonight by the Rangers. He will face Adam Lind, Dae-Ho Lee, and Steve Clevenger. Lind 0 for 3 tonight. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout. One and one. Rangers 7 runs on 13 hits. They have played error-free baseball. The Mariners 3 runs on 8 hits. They also have gone without a miscue tonight. A ball and a strike.
If you had a scouting report on Sam, you'd probably be a little surprised if you're Adam Lind to go up to bat and see the first 3 pitches that he throws are all changeups. All of them came in at 89 miles an hour. He's got to be thinking, well, 97 is coming sooner or later.
Yeah.
And that happened to him back in the 4th inning with Darvish when all of a sudden one came at 96.
Dyson gets the sign. Another changeup. Lind with half a dozen home runs this year, 23 RBI. Two hopper out to Profar. One gone.
I guess those are all changeups. Every one of them was 89 or 90 miles an hour, and that's not generally what his fastball is.
Or it could be a night when he just doesn't have as good fastball. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, our Rocket Arms feature brought to you by Quicken Loans. Cole Hamels, 72 strikeouts this year, leads the Rangers. He's tied for 7th with that figure in the American League. And Nathan Carnes, the Arlington Martin product, 57 strikeouts, leading the Mariners this year.
Well, there's the answer to that, Buzz. 98 on the scoreboard.
Apparently he had it with him. Maybe he had to work into it a little bit.
Just want to get loose a little bit more.
Dae-Ho Lee would have preferred that he didn't. First 2 pitches to him. Lee a base hit in 3 trips to the plate tonight. The 0-2. Sam Dyson out of Tampa, Florida, Jesuit High School. Rangers got Dyson, another guy that came over at the trade deadline last year that made such a huge impact. Jake Diekman and Sam Dyson, 2 guys that in essence revamped the entire Ranger bullpen, the tail end of the bullpen. Propelled the Rangers right on down the stretch drive and into the postseason. 32,395, starting to smell the finish line.
Lee takes a good swing up there. He fouled off a 7 mile an hour fastball. He fouled off a slider, just fouled off a, looked like a changeup. Takes some good swings.
Dyson set to go. Yeah, he loops one into right. That's going to fall for a base hit.
Well, we've seen Sam face a lot of right-hand hitters. There's not too many right-hand hitters that, after seeing all those pitches, would hit that slider into right field for a base hit.
One on, one out. Steve Clevenger coming up. Quick reminder that MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and a lot more. You can watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. It also includes a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Just visit MLB.TV for details. Ground ball to Beltre to second, back to first, around the horn, and that is a winner. A 5-4-3 double play, a very fitting way to end here tonight. The Rangers defeat the red-hot Mariners. Final score 7-3, and Darvish gets his second win. Good job coming out of the bullpen by Tony Barnett, Jake Diekman, and Sam Dyson to hold down the Seattle Mariners the last 3 2/3 innings. Jeff Banish's ball club now. Sole possession of first place, a game separating the Rangers and the Mariners. Rangers in first all by themselves. They will enjoy that for the better part of 22 hours before hooking it up again with Seattle tomorrow night. Sam Dyson gives up a hit, but gets the double play to end the ball game here this evening. And Darvish becomes a winner for the second straight time. So congratulations all around. The Rangers, 13 hits, a baker's dozen worth of base hits tonight, as they cruise to their 32nd victory against 22 losses. So they are a third of the way through the season in first by a game. Let's head down to Emily Jones.
Adrian Beltre, a great overall win for you guys. How important is it to start off a homestand like this, carry over the momentum you guys had on the road?
That was nice. We're playing good ball lately, and we know that the team on the other side are the team that we are kind of in the fight right now, and they're playing pretty well. And it was nice to get the win, and hopefully at least with the series.
I know you hadn't been playing as well as you wanted to personally. Here we go. Don't get away from me. Nice. Well played, sir. Well done.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying, I know you had not been playing as well as you would have liked to personally. Do you feel like you're starting to see things click at the plate?
Yeah, I think I feel a little better. Obviously, it's more room to fix there. Be more consistent and drive the ball better. But, I think we got a long way to go, and hopefully I can get it going.
Darvish back out there for the second time. What do you see from him when you're out there at third?
He looked good. He missed a couple pitches, obviously. He gave up a couple runs, but no, he still looked healthy, which is what are we looking for, and so far it looks like he's on the right track.
That play at home, did you think you snuck one in there, or?
Yeah, I thought that that I was safe, but obviously they didn't think I was safe. I was going so fast.
You were so fast, so fast.
I didn't think they got it right, but it's okay.
I know, I hear you. AB, thank you. Appreciate it as always. Guys, back up to you.
All right, Ed, thank you. I'm going to have to slow everything down.
Well, so fast I couldn't really tell.
Couldn't tell. Couldn't tell. Rangers could tell they win 7-3. We'll be back with more from Globe Life Park right after this on Fox Sports Southwest.